Hello everyone, Semi-Retired Bob here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Semi-Retired Bob. I'm primarily a travel and landscape photographer, but I've been ill for a while and haven't been able to get out and do anything. And I just wanted to come on today and give all of my friends a quick update on some of the things that has been going on in my life with my new diet. As most of you probably know, I'm doing carnivore, and I've been carnivore for exactly 6 weeks now because it's Monday, and things are going pretty well. If you remember, I first started this diet because I found out about it, and there's supposed to be real inflammatory healing properties, and I could barely stand up. My goal for this was to be able to stand up longer than 2 minutes, which is where I was when I started this 6 weeks ago. 2 minutes was about the longest I could stand up. I've had I could stand up for about 2 minutes before my joints and my back just started to scream at me. So I haven't been able to do very much. And it's going really, really well. It's going better than I could have ever possibly hoped for. I showed you the last time when I made a video that this was about the best I could do for a fist prior to starting this diet, and now my hands are free up. It's still stiff, it still hurts, because there's nothing that's going to actually fix my joints completely because I was so compromised. And I'll get into all that in a later video. But right now, I just wanted to give you some updates. I did have my doctor's appointment last Wednesday, and I got all of my labs back. My A1C is down to 6.1, which is much better, but still not there. I wanted to talk to everybody today about your A1C, and there's a big disservice going on out there in the medical industry. When you go get labs, a lot of times if there's nothing else wrong with you or you basically feel okay, and they run lab work and they either don't do an A1C or you come back with an A1C of somewhere between 5.7, 6.1, 6.2, somewhere in there, you're actually pre-diabetic, but a lot of times the doctor will just say, oh, well, it's starting to get a little bit high. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. This is horrible advice. Don't take my word for it. I'm linking down below to Dr. Ken Berry's channel, and from there you can find other doctors that talk about this. If you have an A1C higher than 5.6, you are doing continuous permanent damage to all of your organs. Don't let your doctor say, oh, this is nothing, we'll just watch it and see what happens. No. Do something about it today, because high A1C is the leading cause of a lot of problems. A couple of the other concerns that I had when I got my labs back, my liver function is terrible, and my triglycerides were through the roof, and they've never been that high before. And at first I thought it was because I was eating a meat-based diet. And then I sent some messages off to the doctors that I talked to on YouTube, and Dr. Ken Berry said, well, if this is the first time you've had the liver function and the high triglycerides spiking in your labs, which it is, this is the first time those have ever done that, he said, you've probably had undiagnosed fatty liver disease, which is a problem in a huge number of Americans. And he said that because you're now eating the proper human diet and everything else is starting to cleanse itself because of the way you're eating, that as that improperly stored fat in your liver starts to break loose, that will cause your liver enzymes to go up and your triglycerides to go up. He said, give it 3 months, go back and retest and see what happens. And then if those numbers are still high, you're probably gonna want to have your doctor run some more tests to see what is going on with your liver. But he said, you know, if you look in your eyes and you're not getting any jaundice or yellowing, and your fingernail beds all look okay, and everything else feels okay, it's probably just fatty liver breaking up. So hopefully that's what it is. We'll see what happens. But that's the lab results. Everything else was fine. I mean, my regular cholesterol was fine, but like I said, the triglycerides were way up, and my liver enzyme functions were way off. Well, there's two liver enzymes. One of them was just off by a little tiny bit, and the other one was out of range by double. So that leads me to believe that it's fatty liver starting to go away. So we'll see what happens. I will keep you informed as things go on. Other than that, you know, as I said earlier in the video, my goal was to be able to stand longer than 2 minutes. You know, I said if I got up to 5 minutes, I would consider it a huge win. Well, today I had to go to Walmart to get my prescriptions refilled, of which 2 of them I no longer have to take because my blood pressure has come down. So he took me off one of my blood pressure pills. I'm still on 2 others. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it continues to go down. Like this morning I took my blood pressure and it was 112/72, which is at the bottom end. So I suspect the next time I go see him, he's going to cut more of my blood pressure pills out. But the big part of this story is it was busy already at Walmart because it's just been really hot here in Omaha. So people were trying to get out and get stuff done before it got too hot, just like I was. So I get there, I park, and I had to park about 4 rows away from the door, which means I had to get out of my truck, walk to the door, and then walk inside all the way back to the pharmacy. And because there was nobody there, last time I went to pick up some drugs, I had to sit down once I got inside and rest for a minute, but I walked right up to the counter, got my drugs, and I was standing there for, it only probably took about 5 minutes to get all my drugs, you know, paid for and signing all the things that you have to sign when you pick up prescriptions. And then walked all the way back out to my truck. And I was a little tired, but after I got there, I'm like, I didn't have to stop and rest. I walked all the way in and all the way back out, which means I was standing and walking for, I'm guessing it was about 15 minutes, which is a huge, huge win. I suspected that was going to happen because some of the other things that I've done this week that I never ever thought I'd be able to do again. I haven't done a lot of exercising yet because exercising is hard when your joints hurt as bad as mine do, but I managed to do 40 squats, 4 sets of 10. I can't go too fast too far because my knees still hurt, but I'm getting all the way down into a proper squat, which I never could have done before. I mean, sometimes when I would get up in the morning, I wouldn't even put on socks. I'd just slip my feet into shoes because I couldn't reach my feet to put socks on. My joints were that bad. And now I did 40 squats on Thursday of last week, and then I did 40 squats again yesterday. And this morning, I'm gonna do another 20, but I've done 2 sets of 10 push-ups. Now they're not full-blown push-ups. I've been using the stairway and putting my feet on the floor and then my hands on the 3rd step and doing the push-ups there because I'm still not sure I can get back up off the floor yet, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to slowly add a little bit to it, but I figure 40 push-ups one day and then 40 squats the next, alternating those back and forth with some walking, since, you know, I had originally planned for today to try and walk down to the corner and back, but because of where I had to park at Walmart, I walked further than what I would have had to if I was just going to walk down to the corner and back. So that's another big win. So we'll see how it goes from here. That's about all I have for you today. Oh, by the way, we are at the 6-week mark and I'm down about 45 pounds. So we're closing in on the 50 mark. Hopefully this big fat double chin goes away at some point, but I'm still way overweight. I mean, I started at, 315 pounds, and now I'm down to just under 270. And I'd like to get all the way down to about 180, which is the weight I was at when I got out of the Army. But we'll see what happens. One day at a time, one step at a time. That's the thing to remember. Your health didn't get as bad as it did overnight. And things aren't going to be fixed overnight. Although, given my results in 6 weeks, this is almost like a miracle. But anyway, if you think you're going to like my content, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that like button if you liked it. If you didn't like it, go ahead and hit that dislike button twice to really let me know you didn't like it. And feel free to leave me a comment. I do try to answer all of the comments that come into my videos. And other than that, I hope you all have a great day and a great week, and we will see you next time.